Our next inductee in the class of 2019's player category was known and respected by teammates and adversaries alike for not only his formidable skills, but his work ethic and quiet leadership. After playing minor and junior B lacrosse for Six Nations, he entered the OLA's major series in 1988 with the Owen Sound North Stars and was awarded the league's Rookie of the Year award. He remained with the North Stars for 3 seasons and in 1991 was lured to BC to compete for the North Shore Indians Senior B Club, where he played 2 very successful seasons. He was league MVP and a first All-Star team selection in both of his seasons out west, racking up 94 goals and 107 assists for 201 points over his time with North Shore. He returned to Ontario in 1993 and began a very successful run with his hometown Six Nations Chiefs. Now a veteran and leader with the Chiefs, he was an assistant captain for the Hall of Fame-bound club that won consecutive Mann Cup titles in 1994, defeating New Westminster, 95, again besting the Bellies, and 96 when Victoria was the victim. Over that memorable run, he chipped in 144 goals and added 140 helpers for 284 points, while always displaying the work ethic and leadership he had become known for. After playing 1 more year in Six Nations, he ventured west once again, this time joining the Victoria Shamrocks, who he helped to a WLA regular season title. He returned to Six Nations in 1999 and split the next 3 years between the Chiefs and the Brampton Excelsiors before wrapping up his senior career in 2003 with the Kitchener-Waterloo Kodiaks, who he led to a President's Cup title against, fittingly, the club he broke into senior lacrosse with, Owen Sound. He then capped off his illustrious career by playing for the Iroquois Nationals, silver medalists at the 2003 World Indoor Lacrosse Championships. He finished his senior career with 359 goals and 438 assists for 797 points and, more importantly, the respect of teammates and foes alike. This, of course, tells only a part of his story, the summer part. The winter part, his NLL career, is equally impressive. He began playing the NLL with the Detroit Turbos in 1993 and played 2 seasons in the Motor City before joining the Rochester Nighthawks, where he spent 8 productive years. He was a second-team All-Pro selection in 1996, 97, 98, and 99, and in 1997 helped the Nighthawks to their first NLL title over Buffalo. He had his most productive NLL season in 2001 with 57 points in only 14 games and played his last year in Rochester in 2002. In honor of his exemplary career, Rochester included him in the inaugural class of the Nighthawks Hall of Fame in 2009. He wrapped up his NLL career in 2003 with Buffalo and finished with 220 goals, 233 assists, and 453 points, an average of 3.5 points per game over his 11-year NLL career. Perhaps just as important as his impressive point total and indicative of his status as a hardworking two-way player was the total of 501 loose balls he corralled over his career. At the conclusion of his playing career, he traded his stick for a clipboard, or more likely a laptop, and began a successful coaching and management career. He was an assistant coach with Buffalo from 2004 to 2006, and in 2007 was head coach of the Iroquois Nationals at that year's World Indoor Championship, where they again took home silver. He also was named head coach at the Minnesota Swarm that year, a post he held for 3 seasons before returning to Buffalo. He returned to Six Nations as the club's general manager and captured his 4th Mann Cup in 2013, this time in a suit rather than a jersey, as the Chiefs defeated Victoria. To quote a teammate of his with both Six Nations and Rochester, Dewey, I'll let you think about who that was, he had tremendous talent, skill, and work ethic. His lacrosse IQ was second to none, and he led by example with grit and determination. He was very soft-spoken in the locker room, but when he spoke, everyone listened. He had the respect of his peers, his teammates, and the opposition, and was an integral part of our Mann Cup victories. In 2015, he was inducted into the Ontario Lacrosse Hall of Fame, and tonight we welcome, as an honored member of Canada's Lacrosse Shrine, Duane Jacobs.
Right here. Thank you. I want to thank the selection committee for the Lacrosse Hall of Fame. It truly is an honor. I'm humbled. I want to thank my family. They're here this evening. They've been a part of lacrosse with me over the years, and I can't thank them enough. What a tremendous support. Yeah, it's, you know, to be, we all have a path in life, I believe, and it's set out for us, and mine happens to bring me through the Lacrosse Hall of Fame this evening. It certainly is, it's an honor. You know, being from Six Nations and being mentioned in the same breath as Ross Paulus, Gaylord Paulus, Bill Squire, and Roger Bucksmith. Wow, just, I'm really humbled. So when I'm looking back on my career and looking back on the journey that's been made, it's, you know, I've met so many great people. You know, the game of lacrosse, it's obviously been very good to me. But I think for me now, as I'm older, you know, just the people I met, so many wonderful people, that's really what I think of now. I was fortunate to play for some great teams and so many great teammates, playing against alongside some of the best players in the world, playing against some of the best players in the world. You know, it's just, it doesn't really dawn on me until, you know, you think about it a little bit. You know, I think senior lacrosse, junior lacrosse sort of defines the players to get to this, this podium here, but what I really appreciate is playing minor lacrosse. Playing with your friends in the same community, you know, tournaments, sleepovers, road trips, those were all, you know, those are things I think of. And I don't think I would be here today if it wasn't for my minor, excuse me, my minor lacrosse coaches. They were, you know, I don't know how much I learned from them, except that, you know, we had to run, you know, and more running, and but the one thing they really, the one thing that really sat with me is the pride they instilled in me and my teammates. You know, pride in yourself, pride in the community, pride in the jersey. And, you know, we're kids, and for letting them allow us just to develop our skill. There was no strategy, there was no, you know, no systems. They just let us go out and play. And, you know, but the work ethic and the pride and you know, that really stuck with me. And it didn't really dawn on me until later, probably when I was older, in my 20s, and you know, those sort of things, that's what sat with me, and I think without them, I wouldn't be standing here today. So, homage to those minor lacrosse coaches. You know, unlike any lacrosse player here, you know, you start the game very young. You know, you start in the backyard and you're developing your skills, and then you start at 5, or, you know, nowadays it's 3 or 4. You know, I probably remember, well, I don't probably, I remember every minor coach I had, you know, and that was a long time ago. But, you know, they were all hard on us. You know, they drove us hard, and probably some of them wouldn't be allowed to coach in this day and age. But, you know, I'm really grateful for all of them. Most of them have passed away, but I want to just pay homage to them. Thank you very much.